What's up, Facebook? It's Coach Tori. I am here, and it's been a bit since I've done a live video, and I just thought of this today because it is a growing issue that I'm constantly hearing from women, and it is the fear that if you put yourself first for like a couple hours a day, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, on a yearly basis, actually staying consistent with your health and fitness, is that you're going to be backtracking your relationship, your marriage, and your relationship with your kids. Women look at this as a health or fitness or my family. Which do they choose? They always put their family first, right? And what happens is the women think that they're making the best decision, right? And then they falter, they go lower, they lower, and what they do is they distance themselves from their family because they are experiencing these issues within themselves, like stress, anxiety, depression, because they're not meeting a balance. And so the family and the health and fitness cannot rise together. What happens is that family, and what happens when it gets to a certain level? It breaks. It breaks. And this can happen through divorce. This can happen through just constant bickering and arguing. And this can happen through your kids having issues. And this can happen with you having issues and you having to go to the doctor, going to a psychiatrist and going through all this stuff and counseling. And like maybe you guys stay together or maybe you guys get split, right? And that is always the case. It's always the case. Something like that usually happens. And, maybe your family's really happy, right? Your family's real happy. You go up and up and up. You think you're living the life, but really you're living the status quo. You're fine with the status quo. That's cool. But at the same time, is the woman really happy? Does the woman feel like she has a purpose in life other than feeding her kids, doing dishes and laundry, going and running errands, doing chauffeuring? Maybe that's what you love, right? Because that's what makes you feel like you're a good mom. That's what everybody judges you for. But how do you really feel within that daily grind, within that stress? And how does that progress over time if you don't have health or fitness? Are you going to be living longer than 55? Are you going to start experiencing really bad health issues, chronic pain, chronic anxiety, chronic depression, sleep disorders? Are you going to be diagnosed with something? Are you going to have cancer? Are you going to have a heart attack? Are you going to experience obesity? Are you going to experience one of the worst fears women can have, especially in the service member space, is fear of infidelity, right? That's a real fear when somebody is insecure about themselves, for the man or the woman. These are very real things. And so when women look at health and fitness and they go into the new year with this new ideology of like, oh my gosh, I could like become new again. It's January 1st. I can set a new goal. But what happened last year? And the year before that? And the year before that? What happened in between that time from January 1st to December 31st? Were you on that pattern for a little bit and then you fell off? Did you stay on but you still didn't really get the best results? Did it come, springtime and you're like, shit, I can't put myself first anymore because I'm realizing that my family is not liking it. They don't like that I'm eating chicken and broccoli all the time. They don't like that I'm always at the gym. They don't like I always have this TV, DVD workout program on and I'm destroying their TV time. Shit. This is what happens to women. This is what prevents them from making that shift and believing that they can actually have a decent balance to where they can do both. that they can have health and fitness and their family. This goes for competitors as well. I'll go into this topic on a later video, but it's basically the same thing. People are going 0 to 60 way too fast, and then their family goes to the wayside. So when you have the wrong strategy and the wrong approach, and something that's not tailored to you, of course, it's going to feel bothersome. Living a restrictive lifestyle is different from living a flexible blended lifestyle, right? When you restrict yourself from having carbs, from having calories, from having foods that you actually love, and as long as it fits with your food values and also your health parameters, like if you don't have any other health conditions and you can have gluten and stuff like that, why are you not including these things? You can't expect something that's unrealistic to be sustainable, because that's the problem. All these fad diets, all of this misinformation, all this bro talk, all of the influencers on Instagram, they leave you confused. That's the problem. And if you're feeling like that, I just want to tell you that the hope is not gone. You're just not looking in the right areas. You haven't done the right things. People who succeed do not fail after the first few times of trying, right? And that's what happens when you get into that yo-yo lifestyle. And then it's like your husband's wondering why you're buying into the next thing, right? Because he already knows what happened the last time you did. And he's just like, I just want to, hey girl, he's like, I just want you to be happy. So whatever makes you happy, I guess. And your husband's like, I just want to have a good freaking love life with you. And you're like, I'm just in a desperate need for instant gratification so I can fucking get these pounds off so I can feel better about myself naked. So that our love life can be good. This is the problem, guys. This is the core problem that women go through. It's like, be a good mom or not be a good mom. But really, does actual true optimal health and fitness make you a bad mom? No, it doesn't. That's just this thing that society tends to put out there nowadays, especially with the whole self-love movement, you know, and all of that stuff. You're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, guys. So you might as well just freaking put your foot down and figure out what's going to work best for you and your family. Because you cannot be the best for your family if you're feeling like shit all the time. You can't even use yourself effectively if you're burnt out, if you're stressed out, if you're bitter and you're getting triggered by things and you're energyless and you fucking have health issues and now you have to pay medical bills. Okay? You can't do those things without your health and fitness. You can't have that best life that you've always dreamt of and watching your grandkids grow up and still being there, still being able to play around and do things without being like, hold on a second, I can't do this. I'm sorry, babe, I can't do this. Or, I don't want to be in this family photo because I feel crappy. Or, I feel so regretful after my Thanksgiving feast. This is where all of the psychology and the mindset goes along in it. This is why it's a problem. So I want you guys to put down below, what were your takeaways from this live today? I want to know if this was helpful, because that's the truth. That is the truth, and this is something that I've experienced as a mom, as a wife, and my husband, who has been a service member to our country, and now the community. And it's like, it always feels like our lives are revolved around them and our kids. And that's good. We need to be there for that. But women, we can't continue to have the capacity and the threshold to deal with those things, to deal with what our husbands go through in their jobs, and to go through the things that our kids are bound to go through if we do not expect to lead ourselves through those same problems, to be the example, to have health and fitness, to have energy, to have enough sleep, to have enough hydration, to avoid and prevent as long as we can health issues, even though that could still happen. to make sure that you don't have dementia or Alzheimer's when you get older. God forbid. To make sure that you do not develop osteoporosis and you become brittle as fuck. Or you become the fatter version of yourself continuously over time. Or even the weaker, brittle version of yourself over time. And you just living out the bingo arms and the skinny fat. Because I've been both. I've been both. It's not fun. And when you picture that over time, you know what it does. You have family members and friends and people you know and people you see walk around all the time. People in wheelchairs, people on scooters. You see the pain they live with. But yet, why don't you take action to do something about it? Why do we not do the things that we already know? There's an infinite amount of knowledge on the internet right now to where you could learn to do it yourself. That's what I did. And I also went to college. But people have a problem with following through and getting over the mindset hurdles they have in the circumstances of life and their limiting beliefs about time and about money and about family and fear of judgment and how that's going to change their family life if they start putting themselves first. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you go 0 to 60 with a coach who expects too much of you and pushes you in the wrong ways, like in the competitive space, you're going to experience that. There's a reason why at every show that I go to, there's some poor woman backstage talking about freaking a divorce that she's going through. And that her kids aren't at her show. And nobody's in the audience for her. And her coach isn't even there because he's non-communicative with her. Dropped her off. There's a reason why women have that fear. Again, why they can't go after their health and fitness. They just want to stay doing the same things because they think that if they do, it's going to change their relationship in the wrong ways. And it has. There's fitfluencers on Instagram who don't have relationships because of that. Or if they do have a relationship, if you do your research, most of those relationships are new. They're remarried or they have a new boyfriend that does the same fit shit that they do. Right? I'm living proof. My husband doesn't do the same things as me. I'm living proof that you can do your own version of health and fitness and be a badass mom and wife at the same time, even though your spouse might not do the same things. You can have both. I fucking love my husband, and I love my girls. You guys see that. And I would do anything for them. And that means putting myself first when it counts. And not enveloping myself so much in the sport that it overconsumes me and takes away from them. Do you see the difference? Smash the heart button right now if you see the difference. If you're hearing me right now, share this post. Let other women know that there's a difference between going 0 to 60 too fast. And there's a difference doing the wrong things over and over. Wasting your money, wasting your time, going with coaches that are unqualified. And there's a difference between not doing anything at all. Middle ground. The middle ground is what you need. Now, if you have any questions about where you lie within that, please reach out to me because I'm a pro at discovering that with you. And quite frankly, if you don't, I'd be very sad. So love you ladies out there who, might be thinking about going on this journey coming into the new year. Look, I'm just snotting everywhere because I'm just so passionate about this because I've lived it. And I help my ladies through it every single freaking day. I'm so proud of my Foxy Ladies. I love you all. And anyways, I just want to say that if you're thinking about doing this thing coming into the new year, that I want you to approach it the right way. Don't get consumed by what people are telling you. Don't get consumed by your fears. Try to do things the right way this time. And I guarantee you that if you stick with it, it just gets better. It gets better. All right. Peace.